Now we move on to one of the most anticipated parts of today's event, the panel discussion. Our topic for discussion is the role of teachers in developing future citizens of Bharat. This discussion will dwell into the responsibilities and impact of teachers in shaping the future of our nation. I'm pleased to introduce our moderator for the panel discussion, CA Gopal Krishna Bhatt from Trisha Classes, Udupi. Joining him on the panel are Vidyavant Acharya, Director, Sharada Residential School, Udupi; Vidya Kamath from Mangalore One School; Purnima Bhatt from Chinmaya School, Mangalore; and Akshata Shanoy, Amrita Vidyalayam, Mangalore. So let us look forward to an engaging and thought-provoking discussion. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone, and heartfelt thanks for being on this special occasion, and happy Teachers' Day to everyone. You put your lot of sweat, lot of time, lot of energy to make our students much more brighter, to be a part of the great nation Bharat. Shall you have a round of applause to everyone? Let us start with the first one, Vidyavant Acharya, being a part of, I know Vidyavant Acharya for a quite long time have been instrumental to make the Sharada institution much more bigger heights. Sir, in your opinion, first question is, have you seen some changes over the teaching field, and as well as teachers on the other side, students? How are you looking at probably 20, 25 years ago and today?
Of course. So I have completed 41 years of my service in the field. Yeah. And as you said, my beginning was when Rajiv Gandhi started his new education policy in 1983, and now new education policy again. so a full span I have seen. And what I see now is, formerly teachers' role was quite different. Managing the classroom and managing the students was in a different style. Whereas now what I see is students are much more advanced. They know many things what we do not know, especially the technology and things like that. But meanwhile, the emotion quotient has reduced to, I should say, zero. So formerly teachers, when we move or when we talk to them, so much respect was there that we don't see nowadays. So it is all right, because the time has changed and we too should change according to the time. But what I see now is, if we grab the particular opportunity in a different way, definitely we can do much more than what we are doing. Shall I say one sentence? I had taken my students to NASA, USA. And when we entered, with me, Germans, French, from Bangla, Pakistan people were there. When we entered, naturally those scientists, they asked me, because after listening to you, Mr. Shanai, I felt like I must tell this. When we entered, the scientists, they asked us, where are you from? We said, we are from India. First sentence came from their mouth is, fantastic, ISRO, they said. So, ISRO is doing much more than NASA now, I'm telling you. One time 360 satellites were launched, which they could not do. We reached the moon on the other side, which they could not do. So, just to say that, 140 crore people, we must make it as the greatest asset of Bharat. And we can definitely do fantastic things. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, my question to Madam from Amrita Vidyalaya. Of course, your institute based on values, and that's what Amma teaches all times. Do you think the values among students changed slightly in the change of, because the time was there where we used to say Guruve Namaha, today Guru Ye Namaha, finally Google Namaha, like that. things have changed drastically. I want to throw your opinion whether values among the students have been slightly shifting, changing. Is it the media hype that we are looking, or is it the reality? In your experience, some of the statements on this, madam.
A very happy teachers to all the gurus seated over here. Not only the teachers, each and everyone seated over here. We learn from all of us. Yes, after a wonderful celebration in our own institutions, we are here. When WKC invites, we can never say no. That two letters can't come in our dictionary whenever we get an invite from this kind of beautiful institution. As a beautiful introduction given by you that I am from Amma's place, I'm really blessed to be one of the small part of that institution. We have learned culture and values from the womb of our own Ammas. From the time we are in our Amma's womb, our own Amma's womb, we are being instilled with loads and loads of values. We believe in that. Coming to changes, Kalaya Tasmai Namaha. When we see loads of changes coming in front of us, that is where we teachers have to play a role. As told by Sir, that there was a time when we used to respect our teachers. Even when we meet them now, if they are far away, we bow our head. Madam Nanapunta, Nana a batch the student.
Absolutely.
That is how it goes. But I believe, sir, if you are a true, genuine teacher who has instilled values, ethical, moral, whatever it will be, keeping academics aside. Coming to academics, any child will learn without a teacher too. You just give the books, they'll be there. I was just hearing about the Super 25 which is going on here. I've been following it up. Many students of mine, those whom I have taught earlier in other institutions, they are really among that superpower. They are coming out as Superman and Superwoman, you know. It makes us really proud. That is all possible because of the values which we are instilling. Whatever may be the changes, let us give our best in whatever possible way. Values will never fade, whatever era we are in. That's what I believe. Why? Because if you were or are and will be a teacher, then you'll obviously imbibe the values in the students first and then something else. Definitely. And the number of wishes which we get today, on whether it's on WhatsApp or whether whenever we meet each other or wherever we go, the highest number of wishes which anyone gets is on Teachers' Day rather than on any other day. Maybe it a CA day or Doctor's Day or anything. The Teachers' Day wishes which a teacher gets, that is something, hope you agree, sir. Yeah. Yes? And we are proud to tell that we belong to that fraternity. Isn't it, teachers?
Yes.
And that's why we are called on this beautiful day, on this auspicious day, to this beautiful place. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Very nicely put across, madam, because on 1st July we get a lot of wishes. And yeah, and as well as on the Teachers' Day. And we are really excited, happy when we listen on the Teachers' Day, because that is a profession and this is kind of passion that we are living in. And again, you know, madam rightly put across, the teacher makes all the profession vibrant, wonderful. And definitely, madam, I still believe, you know, whatever may be the student, whatever the advanced technology, everything, but finally food has to be eaten, he has to have some sleep, and the basics will not go, even the values. I think believing that values will remain same. And I think just putting one line, maybe right or wrong, I started telling in my teachers, before you teach anything, first start putting lot of lessons, lot of values. Start from the very basic, how to wish, how to greet, how to tell namaskara, how to tell thank you at the end of the session. I think that makes our profession wonderful. Yeah, over to Purnima from Chinmaya. Madam, I think as we know, I always say that there are 4 or 5 eras that we have seen. Era was where the technology was too low. We were, even phone was very one among 15, 20 students when my time. Mobile phone, I'm telling. Then things changed. The yuga of what you can say, WhatsApp came in. Then Facebook next. Then LinkedIn, and it went on. Then suddenly COVID came in, and we know how profession hit us badly. We're not able to meet, see the students, but the way that we teach has been drastically changed. Quite often I say this, I don't know whether you agree with this. Definitely technology will not replace teachers over next 100 or 150 years, because there's the deep culture that we have that gurus are more important. But definitely time has come. Those who are not using the technology, slightly putting them back, because those who use the technology have a little upper hand. On this note, madam, what is your opinion, being a very experienced teacher, taught a lot of students, and being a part of the very privileged institute? How do you feel, is that technology on the way, is taking away the core of teaching? Do you think so? Or technology is just an aid? Or you tell something, the student will tell, no madam, this is not in Google, it's something else. So the checkpoint is very different today. And I believe that teachers has to learn much more than what student has to learn, because he will come up with an option, he will come up with a question. And now that too in 2023 being chat GPT, where time were there, we used to write so many big essays and it comes in fraction of seconds. In this kind of so technological era, how do you say that, a teacher has to mold himself, get ready for the new challenges what student poses on us? Is it matter to learn technology, madam, according to your opinion?
Very good morning, good afternoon to everybody, and very happy Teachers' Day to all my comrades here. Yes, coming to your question, sir, very important that the teacher has to upgrade herself or himself. Because now, as you said, technology is at our fingertips. Children have more access to technology, and everybody knows the content. But sir, again, I would say, now I've seen videos where AI is replacing teachers. Recently, I just got a video where a robot is taking up lessons. But I think, yes, we have to upgrade, but at the same time, I don't think robots or AI cannot replace teachers. The reason being, we are that quality of humanity or emotions or EQ, what we say, what we show to a child. Simple thing, a child falls and it comes. Now, a teacher can just by her words or whatever it is, we can soothe the child's pain or you can remove the pain. But I don't think that AI or a robot can do that. It cannot connect to the child.
Rightly said by sir, it cannot have emotions.
It cannot have
give
emotions.
Only intellect part.
Yeah, it can only deliver content to some extent, and maybe, I don't know, teachers need to improve. I definitely say we have to. Recently, I think we got one more interactive board. Now I've told my teachers we have to upgrade ourselves, and our school was one of the first schools to have content-based teaching, where we had software in our school. So yes, definitely we need to upgrade, but at the same time, I don't think artificial intelligence can replace teachers, at least not in the near future.
Yeah, thank you. Just add a question, because a lot of young teachers are there.
Yeah.
Thanks for the compliment.
That the teaching room, staff room is a blend of experienced freshers, learn technology, not learn technology. Is it easy to adopt, or whether teachers, ready to take new things? How do you find? Is it challenging among teachers?
Yeah, it is
Because
not easy
finally, when there is a standardized pattern, teachers believe that I give something that's gone out of my hands and it should be shared to everyone. Is there any conservative mindset? People still have it. I don't want to share. I don't want to go by your method. I still follow what?
I don't
Not
think,
just you, but general.
yeah, in general, going by my experience in my school, I feel that our teachers were very, very cooperative, and they immediately took up to
No resistance
online,
at all.
online teaching. Yes, it was not easy for the senior teachers, as you said, because the young teachers can take up technology or learn technology easily, but the senior teachers we found a bit difficult going online classes, but it was welcomed by all the teachers. The reason is we want to connect with the children any way possible, especially during COVID. We had to keep in touch with the children. So we all took up online classes, and I don't think our teachers hesitated there. We had some reservations, no, how to go about it, that was the thing. But we never had, we don't want to do that, that was not there.
So you are directly or
Our
indirectly
teachers-
telling everyone should adopt.
Yeah, we should, sir, we should, to keep
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
we have to update ourselves.
Very
That
nice.
is very much necessary.
As my guru always says, used to say, if you don't update quickly, you become outdated. So I
Yeah.
think you are rightly said.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Now it's Vidya, madam, from Mangalore one from Rashtrottana. Very privileged to be among the all them being here, and Rashtrottana is one such school, put lots of moral values, building nation. Madam, how do you have such, how do you make, first of all, outset the people who come to Rashtrottana with that service, want to give better to the students, want to make our India to Bharat. And that's where the Honorable Prime Ministers thought was to make NEP adoption. But somewhere it's not so clicked in the, especially in the higher education space. There are challenges, the implementation challenges. I have two specific questions to you, madam. How do you make it happen? How do you make students to know the importance of the nation? And that's where, teacher role comes into picture. And quite often I tell all my teachers, colleagues, you do 1 hour class, 10 minutes you talk related to economics, talk about Indian economy. You tell about accountancy, how it's evolved. You tell about space, rightly said, how Indian scientists have contributed. Because the pride of Bharat, it's lost over the years, and it is regaining the momentum. So in this direction, how do you say that every student who comes to our institute, our schools, they are very, very proud of our nation. This is not an easy task. We can tell stories, but day in and out, telling them, and being a part of the great nation, Bharat, we are in the top 5 in the economy. We are so much too proud about ourselves. How do you instill among the students, madam?
At the outset, let me wish everyone a very happy Teachers' Day, and I'm very grateful to the Vishwa Konkani Kendra for giving me this opportunity to be amongst the panel members, as well as the people with whom, the like-mindedness is shared, and perhaps we are all sailing in the same boat. So each one of us can understand whatever we had to deliver here. So coming to this patriotism, what you are hitting at, Rashtrottana does not find it much difficult to be more precise. As you said, we are the ones who are inculcating values, and we believe in bringing up Swastha Sustira Samaja Nirmana. This is our motto, this is our tagline, and this we do by guiding the children towards loving the nation. And how we do it, this is very challenging, no doubt. As we understand the scenario, the present scenario, life is not very easy, and it's very difficult to get the children to the streamline as per our expectations. So here in Rashtrottana, we have our own unique prayer. We have our own way of chanting things. We have our own way of celebrating the Jayantis of unsung heroes. There are people who have worked for the benefit of the nation behind the screens, and no way they are highlighted. Just now I paid a visit to the Hall of Fame here. I don't know whether you were taken there. Hall of Fame speaks a lot about those people who have contributed a lot for the welfare of that country. So here, children get an exposure to the greater personalities. We have the national symbols, national anthems and everything that is related to the nation, highlighted at the most. And children here greet Guruji and Mataji, and not by saying sir, madam. This itself is our culture. This is Indianism. And from there we start with the namaste. There is no good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So this helps the child to align with our ideology. Ultimately, the nation, this is our goal. And the beginning is here with a simple Indian namaste, then addressing all ladies with didis or matajis. Then we have the Guruji concept. So I'm sure the child is slowly understanding there is Bharatiyate in everything that we do. And this is very important. Otherwise, we may lose our own culture for the next generation. It becomes our humble duty to educate and bring them, align them with our ideology. I keep repeating this because ultimately the Samaja Nirmana happens under the guidance of all our mentors here and the facilitators. I hope I've answered your question.
Thank you, thank you. I can relate better because I've come from Seva Bharati Tirthaldi and we know Masterji, Mataji, and I never found such school so far in my life, even though I have done my own institute. I had one HM who started his career in Seva Bharati Tirthaldi in the last day of retirement in the same school. I always wondered how that could happen because we find for 4 years, 5 years new teacher and very difficult to have it. I think very hats off to the dedication that any school, including Rashtrottana, that has given and made our nation much more pride of what we are, the Bharat. Next question, now it's open for anyone because the introductory...
Shall I?
Yeah, please sir, why not?
When Madam was giving the example of artificial intelligence, robotics and all that, one example I used to give whenever I meet people like you, once it so happened, say in 1980s, where magnetic tape was used, one lecturer came into the classroom and said that I am extremely busy today. Whatever I wanted to say that I have recorded in this magnetic tape, all of you please be seated and listen to me for 1 hour. He switched on and he left the place. After 1 hour when he came back, instead of 40 students, 40 tape recorders were there to record these things. So, teacher cannot be replaced at all. You take 1,000 years or 5,000 years, teacher is a teacher. So, our Lord Krishna was a teacher, even today we respect him. Machines cannot replace the teachers. Machines can do whatever you have fed to it. Machine cannot say, tell the truth, be polite. Machine cannot say unless we do it. So only gurus can do it. So I would like to say this, and everyone should be so happy. You people are blessed because only blessed people will become teachers. God has blessed. Yeah. All cannot become teachers. Even though he is a chartered accountant, he is a teacher by blood. So I should appreciate all of you. Can I take 1 minute extra?
No, you have time, sir.
Please. When I was going through all these things like new education policy and all that, I request everyone to take care of these things. The most important part of our system is that it is inclusive education. No one can insult a child just because he is handicapped, maybe physically or mentally. They say that, it should be inclusive child. Don't leave any child left just like that. So that we must do. And there are many things like we should take care of health and the prosperity of the child. And also one more sentence used in the new education policy, that education 360 degrees. So every time, everywhere we must think about this. Thank you.
Next question to anyone can take the question here. Up to 10th standard we see the way that students are nurtured. Most of you are here. Suddenly when he comes to 11th and 12th, he becomes highly focused, then the coaching comes into picture. The entire way that student looks into the education itself changes. He is more of competitive and preparing completely for competitive examination. Could be NEET, JEE, CA, CS. And in the sway of doing this, somewhere he misses what he's supposed to do. He will not. No one nowadays telling playing is important in 11th and 12th, or it could be singing, dancing, all this slowly coming out because of the severe competition what we are seeing. And though NEP says so, but there are challenges in 11th and 12th segment, especially K2 segment. Anyone can take this, how do we make the changes? Though government gives some regulations, it tells important, but finally, even a student comes and tells, I want to be a cricketer, though we can tell 100 words, but finally, no, study for engineering and medicine. That's where finally we tell, we did not get so much medals what we want. This is a theory and the practice. There's a big gap. Though we tell that finally when it comes to the where it has to, he has to be a sportsman or, singer, dancer, where ourselves will cut it. Though teachers tell, parents may not allow many times. Parents tell, no, do this, don't do anything else. I think how do we take that perception out and telling 360-degree what sir rightly mentioned, anyone can take.
Sir, rightly said that till 10th standard, I think they are more of immature, they have not chosen their career or they have not decided what to do in life. But as they move on ahead, like 11th and 12th, what I feel is, yes, they have chosen their career, and few of the professions need that intense coaching or whatever you are speaking about. But nowadays things are changing. Yes, we didn't have all these facilities. Maybe that is one of the reason. And success rate in success by, you all understand what is success. Marks, not marks. In life, success is only earnings. That is what people used to think earlier. Money is important for everybody's survival. So they used to focus on, and it was a fact that engineers and doctors and now chartered accountants also get good, good payment, and not all can take up, even if they take up, sports, if I say. Sports, not all sports person can succeed. Only the top few were succeeding and achieving something at any level for that matter. So I basically feel that this is the reason that everybody wants to be stable in life. They want good earnings. So, and these professions used to give that to them, the stability. But now things are changing. Things like people are going towards, as you said, dance. They are taking dance as a profession, music. One of my student himself, actually he didn't do well in 10th standard, but now he is giving background music to composers, various music composers. Then a few student, one of my student has actually become successful in the acting field. So now things are changing, and I think the college or institution and parents both should realize the child's potential and do it. Now it's happening. I think it's happening now. In between, few years ago when we, like our generation, it was only maybe engineering or medical. Now things are changing. Slowly they have started taking up various other professions also as their careers. Yeah.
Okay. I fully endorse with Purnima ma'am. And what we see is the craze for medicine and engineering courses is slowly declining. It isn't as it was earlier. If I'm wrong, please correct me. And what we see is NEP is making an attempt to introduce skilled subjects from grade 6 to 10 so that the child gets an exposure to what expertise it can involve in. If it has a craze for a particular skill, then the child can take it up as a profession in its future. So the foundation for that is somewhere laid in its school days itself. So when it comes to first PU or second PU, the child is very well aware as to what its profession is going to be. And presently there is a lot of importance that is given to the vocational guidance also. The children are very much aware as to how they have to shape their future. Here and there, perhaps a little guidance is required by the teachers as well as the support from the parents. The children on their own may not be able to, but with the guidance of the parents and the teachers, I'm sure the child can shape its interest right from the tender age of 12 or 13 years. So, being in PUC and not having exposure to other curricular activities, that may not be 100% now, as per the present scenario that we are witnessing.
Yeah, you can.
The, the title of new education policy is skill-based education. Now, the central government is saying that, every child must be taught one or the other skill. Without skill, a child cannot come up in the life. That's most important part. And if wherever there is a sentence, beautiful sentence, where education fails, skill will help to come up in the life. Education is this marks. All that. Where education fails, at least skill will help you to come up in the life. One real example I tell you happened in my life. Actually, we have a big plot, so many coconut trees are there. And plucking the coconut is a big skill. Now people are not available. When we contacted one person and also we asked him to come, and when he came to my cabin, he gave me visiting card. Can you believe this? Yeah, really. With the numbers, cell numbers.
Definitely.
And all that. Whenever you need, please contact us, like that he said. So now you see, because of his skill, he must be earning more than 3,000, 4,000 per day. So may not be highly educated, might have completed 10th standard even, say. So the basic thing is skill should be taught to the children, and as it is rightly said, now managing the annual day celebrations or any celebration, Teachers' Day today, whatever it is, if children are doing, we should tell them that it's event management. They should know that how to come to the stage, how to tell this welcome speech, how they should organize. Unknowingly they will learn. So I request everybody to take into consideration.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Rightly said. With all this, I think I can draw one important line. We are too much behind the marks. Though I'm a chartered accountant, I should not tell the numbers are not important. But I am on a different role today. I think success, all of us measure through marks. Even unknowingly, that fellow is intelligent because of the marks. But there are 100 other factors which we will not consider. I think a good teacher is one who will create the ability among the student. And we all agree that students don't lack ability. They lack ability to recognize their ability. Like Hanuman did not know what he could do. I think we are all in that phase. In that direction, for Akshata madam, I have the question. As you know, said and done, we cannot control being matured, what we call it. We cannot control our own mobile phone, screen time, what you call it. How can you tell our children, don't use it? Said and done, he will do it. That is too much excessive screen time. Finally, it becomes unproductive. It does all that gamification, and he'll go to the area that he has to look into. More than that, the productivity of a student at the early age, where bubbling age, do lot of activity, fun, go check, do whatever, that is coming down on a big number. The screen time is moving up, and study or learning time is coming down. And it's very difficult to control, because a small kid has at least one mobile phone. In this direction, how do you say, madam? How do you tell our colleagues and students to not to use much?
Very simple funda. Don't connect your children through mobile. Very simple. Why should you use mobile to connect with your children? Didn't we learn in an era wherein it was teachers and students and the books? All this started with COVID. Yeah? ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು madam? ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳುವುದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Who gave the mobile to the kids? Parents. In one of the PTMs wherein we had the same topic, ma'am, I see the mobile only for 30 minutes. But I see my father and mother watching it throughout the day. Who is to be counseled? Yes. I would proudly say that Amrita Vidyalayam is one of the institutions wherein we don't conduct any online class. We don't, in spite of 10 days of rainy holidays when other schools were having it, we don't send any notes which is to be copied through mobile. We don't send any activities. We just communicate. Parents, we tell that this is the instruction which you have to give it to your students. And when we come to know that any child is using mobile in spite of instructions being given by the school, call the parents, take a class to them. It's very pretty clear, sir. It is we who had started, we who have to end it up. It is not impossible. असंभव नहीं है, but मुश्किल है. If we put efforts, we can surely do that. And school plays a very important role in this matter. The topic is very good. Please, schools and teachers. You know, we are being brought up in that era wherein teachers would always give us an assignment wherein we had to refer n number of books and then prepare an assignment. There was a concept called as library. Yeah? I'm telling this, there was a concept called as library. Why? Because these days, if you give, it depends on the teacher what kind of concept she is giving. She or he is giving. Don't give a concept, no, wherein you'll get you'll get everything in the tip of the finger. Give something, ask them to think on their own, go out from the room, take that kind of topics and give them such assignments. It is possible. It is possible.
No, I'm not denying.
Yeah. CS can't deny.
I think next question is, I believe that in the education space, the difference, what you can say, financial arrangement, what a government teacher gets on one side and on other side, huge difference. And top upon that, when you have you have aided college, one teacher will sign, and under that you have to sign, where the above first person has the 10 times of higher your salary, and every day it is mandated to sign it at least once in a month. He get demotivated. There is a disparity in the what we can call the such systems, and day by day that is increasing and it's not decreasing. How do we rectify? How do we make young teachers who are sitting here so excited to come on a daily basis, work and put more efforts? The complaints, very senior, being 10, 15 years, being a permanent in the government, he will work only 15, 20 hours and we have to work 10 times of it and getting 1/10 of the salary. How do we make this disparity much reduced? Question to Vidyavanta Acharya sir, because being at the realm of the position, you understand this better.
Yeah. But that problem we don't have because ours is a totally unaided institution. We don't have that type of categories as such. So, but still.
But teachers will move, otherwise they don't.
In our case, what happens? Ours is a totally residential school for all of you. And this question, your previous question is also not applicable to us. I just would like to say.
They don't use mobile at all?
No, everywhere we have put the board. If you find mobile phone in one particular child's hand, 25,000 rupees fine. Yeah, they should pay 25,000 rupees. We don't find any such mobile in our institute. Now, regarding this, what I should say, only motivating the teacher will work in this way. So, and I do this. Teachers sometimes they move from one place to another place, but I say that, like it is not money only the one thing which can satisfy our needs.
But they listen?
So, no, in my case, it is there. Yeah. We have teachers even with the 20 years experience, 25 years experience and all that. So, I always in the staff meeting I say, and they understand what I say. So because just for say 5,000, 10,000 extra rupees and you go to some extreme end where you don't get all these facilities. In our case, Badipal group, though salary is not that as government gives, but we have many other facilities. Free education to the children, staff quarters, free food to the students. So many other factors are there. So teachers, they are very happy in our case. But how to tackle that in other institutions, if you say, I would like to say that, the head of the institution should prepare well to motivate the students. If a highly motivated person will never see money as a factor to go out of the institution. That one thing I can say. Yeah.
Thank you. My next question is, all the madams who are sitting here, it's very sensitive world. Small issue bubbling out with no time, as we have seen many things in Bangalore. And students will be on strike. Parents will come into picture. How do you handle such kind of pressures with no time? Your any institute name will be on the newspaper, though we have not done wrong, but people will be blamed, and finally teachers will be taken at that height of disrespecting. And even in the movies, it's shown that way, because the sensitivity where it's gone out of the proportion because of the media intervene. How do we handle it? It could be the case we have seen in Mangalore recently, and so many instances anywhere. The sensitivity for any small matter, if it is blown out and put into the tomorrows, that too in the social media, name will be spoiled. And what built for that maybe 25, 30 years. And the sensitivity factor, which is so crucial. Small things you scold today, tomorrow they will come with something else. Not in every institution, but all of us agree with that, because you cannot scold, you cannot tell one or two lines extra. Slip of tongue, you told one word, tomorrow you will be in big trouble. And people will catch hold of it, parents support upon it. In our case, you given a complaint, they will give two more banks on us, tell go and do it. And used to tell to the teachers, now it's a reverse case, they support. How do we handle in this case? Whether you, Acharya sir, you agree with this kind of thing? Yeah, of course. Oh, okay.
The number 1098 keep reflecting in the campus, and that speaks of the child helpline. So I'm sure all the teachers, at the first instance when they step into the institution itself, they're all made very much aware as to what that child helpline speaks of and what are our duties. So if we can handle it well, we at Rashtrotana, we speak that our institution is anger-free zone. Anger is the cause of all whatever consequences we have to face. So we speak of anger-free zone, and that helps us to keep calm and controlled many a times. Of course, there are instances where we had to raise our voice, but we are very cautious as to, the consequence should not be that it has to reach the media or elsewhere. Precaution is taken very well, handled very well. And scolding the children, beating them, corporal punishment, everything is ruled out now. We cannot touch the children. This is known to all of us, because of which I think the media does not have any scope of its, entering into our campus. So any such incident, hard feelings, we try to sort it out. We have a grievance redressal form. Forum is there, hierarchy is there. So we request the parents also to follow this grievance redressal hierarchy.
Yeah. The best policy to control this type of problem is to follow best cop, bad cop policy. See, at home, if a father is very strict, mother will be very helpful to the child. If mother is very strict, at least father should be very close to the children. So, that type of policy, if you follow, even if the children, if they do some mistake, and if one teacher, out of anger, if she says something, at least another higher level teacher should call the child, should say that, please don't.
Balancing act.
Balancing, that's one. That way we must do. That method we are following. As madam said, we to have like, administrative structure, academic coordinators, headmistress, class teachers, like that.
Counselors?
So counselors we have. So if counseling for some other reason, like see emotionally,
Correct.
okay, that way we do it. But this type of things,
Is
in
the,
every
just a interrupt, sir, whether the work of counseling job, is it increasing day by day? People get worried, people will be into emotional trauma.
it is more in our institute, to be frank with you. Ours is a residential school, they are away from the parents. So every day we will have this problem. But within
You have
a
expert counselors?
yeah, of course, professionals.
Correct.
With the qualification and all that. There is a room for that, and every cases we are going to send that. And professional counselor, and we say that it is educational counseling.
Correct.
All other schools also, please note this. It is not that, husband and wife have done some problems and our counselor is tackling. We can't do that. It is totally educational. If husband and wife, they have got a problem, child is scoring less marks, then that is a problem. Then we will tackle. So, but in every school, I do like this. For every teacher, another teacher is joined like this. So whenever some problem is there, the senior teacher will help. This way we can tackle the problem. Okay. And beautifully we can tackle that.
Super, super. Thank you. We are almost at the verge of completion. I'll ask one question. Now, there is NEP, there is SEP, and we are in the sandwich of NEP versus SEP, as we know. It will not put an end, it will keep continuing the fight. And every teacher will be clueless, what to do. Should we adopt? Should we not adopt? Because every new year when we start, we need to keep all this in mind, which is, of course, today it has become more of political in nature, though NEP is a much bigger version. SCP, I always call it is the old wine in the new bottle, and many times they don't know what they want to do it. That's my opinion. But yeah, how do we end up with finally, because especially in graduation, they scrapped the NEP altogether, and it is SCP is what into picture. Yeah, anyone? Yeah.
Please don't think that for every question I am answering.
You are such a Tendulkar.
Actually, I was in the board of ICSC, and with that experience, I will tell. This one is, at least my experience shall help other teachers. That's what. There was a big rumor that ICSC and CBSC they are going to merge, and there won't be ICSC board. All ICSC and CBSC schools, correct? And I was in the board and we were discussing, and at that time, because ICSC, as you know, it is from Anglo-Indians basically, there was a strong opposition for that, and later that part was reduced. And they say that NCERT syllabus should be covered by almost all the institutions. So now, whether it's the SCP, state educational policy, or national level education policy, at the end it is going to be the same, according to me, except language policy. See, state cannot change Newton's law and they put their own law. They can't do that. So science, mathematics, and all other subjects will be the same, except social studies and languages. Languages also, only language policy they may change. Textbooks will be the same. And for your information, in the new education policy, textbooks are to be printed in two languages. One is English, other one is the state language. So it is already made. So hereafter, when it is implemented totally, we get social studies book, say one part is English, another part is in Kannada in Karnataka, Malayalam in Kerala, like that. So it should be in two languages, they say.
My last question to anyone. In US, it's more than 40% would like to become entrepreneurs. Whereas in India, it is less than 2%. And at least Nandgopal sir and I belong to the Kannada medium. At least we are fortunate to take all such risk in our life. And how do you cultivate the habit or taking such risk in the small age so that they start looking at not job seekers, job providers? And that is the need, and government cannot give so much crores of employment. And having said that, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji also cannot give it, because finally every year 1 crore population is coming out, and that it is unemployment will be a problem in future. So in that, are we school teachers very ready to train? Are we going to tell them science is not the only one? There is commerce on other side. Are you tell that not just do some more jobs? There are opportunities, you can create job. Are we in that line of thinking? Anyone can take. And my next one is, all of you have to conclude with couple of lines to the closure remarks. And I think we are running short of time. Yeah, anyone can take this.
As I mentioned earlier, skill subjects are introduced, and through that, financial literacy, banking, consumerism, everything is a part there. So the child gets exposure to all these without its knowledge, perhaps, when it is in younger class. Okay. So again, that may help the child, to become an entrepreneur, as you said, if it has a better picture of managing and spending money at a very young age. Today, everybody is a spendthrift. The
Correct.
mall culture, the children are exposed. They are misusing the freedom that is given to them. They don't know how much to spend, where to spend, and things are happening in this order. So financial literacy, the consumerism, and things like that. If ideas about that are instilled in the mind of the children, perhaps we can shape them into a
train
better
the
citizen.
teachers. Are we training the teachers? Whether we are giving detailed guidance?
We are getting external resource help for this, because none of our teachers are trained in that.
Correct.
I don't know about DP. Workshops are there, but teachers are not 100% trained in
Definitely.
that. So we have to get some bankers or maybe chartered accountants to help us out with the financial literacy and becoming an entrepreneur.
Super. Thank you. Closing remarks from you, madam.
I think as a teacher, as you said, I was a teacher for a few years, and then now as headmistress I've been working for 10 years at Chinmaya High School. And I'm very much happy to be a teacher, actually. I've never felt that I shouldn't have been a teacher. As it was mentioned earlier, finances, yes, as unaided school teachers, we were paid very less. But still, when I entered the classroom, nothing mattered, sir. Only the children and me. The content, whatever. And I'm a science teacher, so I used to feel like I'm very passionate. So many students also came and told me, ma'am, because of you, we took up this profession, and because of you, I won this prize. And so that gives me a lot of satisfaction, sir.
Super.
Nothing else, nothing
Super.
else.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, madam.
Just one word about Rashtotana. It is almost the 4th year of Rashtotana having followed the NEP. And we already have bilingual books for our Gokulam, that is the kindergarten. We have textbooks published both in English and Kannada. And this we are following for the past 3 years, and this is the 4th year. And second thing is, we have ruled out NCERT social science textbooks for grade 6 and 7. We are not allowing our students to follow that. Instead, we have replaced that with the Chinmaya Mission textbook called the Radiant Bharath. So these are the 2 modifications that the Rashtotana has done in compliance with the NEP.
And it is rightly to do so, especially in social studies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because what we have learnt is all, we know, today we learn so many things and everything is, misguided and misinformation. And coming to the conclusion here, teaching for me is by choice and not by chance. That was my passion. And there were none in my family to inspire me. Today what we see is like the father, the son, or like the mother, the daughter. They enter into the same profession. But for me, there was no such inspiration in the family. It was all my teachers who inspired. I especially remember my maths teacher, who was a source of guidance and inspiration to me to take up this profession. And I'm very, very happy and contented with whatever I am assigned with. Contentment at the end of the day is very much essential to keep us cool and not to carry the schoolwork home. I believe so, and thank you for this opportunity.
First of all, I would like to appreciate Mr. Bhatt. Fantastic. The way how you have put the questions and made us to answer that, all that's very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Center also, I really appreciate for taking up this. If I don't tell, I feel that, why should I miss this? So I am telling you, all the institutions, please note that a new education policy, they say that one day in a week must be kept as bagless day. I forgot to tell this. Actually, we are doing that. We have 800 resident students. Every child must be in one or the other uniform service. NCC, Scout, Guides, Red Cross, Interact. Any one service, he must be there. Then we have about 16 co-curricular activities. Music, whatever you say, those things are there. Skill-based work. And we plan like one Saturday, every child will attend those things. Not that all the activities, at least one or two activities you must go. So this is told in the new education policy. So the principals must, if they take up, it will be fantastic. So I say that it is really great that you gave the opportunity to talk to our teachers. And we are really very, very happy about that. And I was a principal for 29 years. And for the past 4 years, a director of the institute, and the Manipal group has given this opportunity for me to be in the field. So thank you very much.
Yes. Over to you, madam.
Teachers, work for success, you become a master. But you work for satisfaction, you become a legend. Always remember this. You yourself should be the role models. When you look, when your students look at you, they should feel that, yes, this is how I want to be. Whatever you deliver, whatever you teach, whatever you inculcate in your students, that must bring a positive change in their life. And if you bring changes in at least few numbers, you are blessed to take up the most noble profession in the whole world. Saying this, wishing you all once again a wonderful Teachers' Day, and thank you Vishwa Konkani Center for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we have been a lot of ideas exchanging session. At the outset, I thank Nand Gopal sir, who is also a chartered accountant, who is also an entrepreneur. More than all that, I have seen very such people who have the great vision to the society. And one such person, Nand Gopal sir, thank you. Thank you being with us. Thank you. And thank you all the panelists. You've been wonderful today and you have given a lot of insights. And all questions were answered. And at the end, I would like to couple of statements I want to do. And all the teachers and the entire MRPL group and other colleges group who have been here, my humble suggestion, submission is every teacher has to learn a lot than what he teaches. And I'm sure it's not that MCOM day we learned and that is the last day. I think you keep learning, and teaching is the only one profession which makes you excited. Whatever problems you have in home, hundreds of problems, looking at kids and you get completely in a different world. Rightly said, we are blessed to be the teachers. And I think this session will have a lot of takeaways. I think one of the aspects out of probably 20-25 points, we discuss one point if we implement. One student get excited, one day will come and tell, Madam, with you I am just, what you are today. I'm sure you will be in the, you will be having a great sense of satisfaction. I think we are in such a profession where, as in my words, it is not the profit which counts, it is the success of student is what our success is about. I think we are all definitely will do much more bigger work as it progresses. We will continue to do so. Finally, to make our nation much more pride, and will make our nation, Bharath, the great as usual. Only it can happen, and I believe with this one statement, ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಎಜುಕೇಷನಿಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನಿಂದ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಬೇರರ್ಸ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ರೋಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ವೈಬ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ರಿಚ್ಫುಲ್, ಮಚ್ ಮೋರ್ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ವಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್, thank you very much, and been very happy and excited to be on the Teachers' Day in the World Kongni Center. Thank you everyone. Pranams to all the teachers who are here. Thank you.